One question, yes or no answer. Should the starter be included in the calculation for the hydration of our sourdough? Now, I've seen numerous debates or heated discussions online in the forums and in the groups about this one, but I wanted to know what you guys actually think about this. I know where I sit. So if you agree, let me know. If you disagree, don't just give the video a thumbs down, then let me know why. But I guess the question is, why does it actually matter? Well, I guess if you've got some experience baking, then you can soon work out whether that starter's been included in the hydration calculation or not. But if you're a new baker, this is confusing because there's two ways that people use to calculate this. And in my no knead recipe, the video, in the comments, lots of people said, well, hang on a minute, your calculation of 71% is wrong. It's actually 66%. So I know there's confusion out there. So we're going to take a closer look at that no knead recipe and dive a bit deeper into the hydration. So here are the ingredients for my no knead recipe. I've got 375 grams of flour, 247 grams of water, and 128 grams of starter and 12 grams of salt. So first, let's have a look at how we calculate the hydration. We take the water in grams and divide that by the flour in grams, and then we multiply that by 100 to give us the hydration. So now let's have a look and see how some people got to 66% in my no knead recipe. 247 grams of water divided by 375 grams of flour and times by 100 gives us a hydration of 65.87% or 66% rounded up. Now, while this calculation is correct in terms of the flour and water in the main recipe, it doesn't take into account the flour and the water in the starter, which I think is important. Now I'll explain how I came up with 71%. My starter is fed with equal quantities of flour and water, so it's 100% hydrated. So if I'm using 128 grams in this recipe, I divide that by 2 and I get the individual weight of the flour and the water. So now we need to add these quantities to the flour and the water in the main recipe. Now this gives us a total of 439 grams of flour and 311 grams of water. That's the total flour and water in the entire recipe. Make sense? So let's run that through the equation again and see what hydration we get this time. 311 grams of water divided by 439 grams of flour times by 100 equals 70.84%. So rounded up to the nearest percentage point, we get 71%. Now that is a big difference to the 66% we get if we don't include the starter. That's 5%. Now if you don't think that's a lot, just make a dough up at 66% hydration and one at 71 and feel the difference in the handling. There is a big difference. So there's an argument out there that goes something like this. Well, I'm only using a small quantity of starter in the recipe, so there's no point in including it. It doesn't make that much difference. But it's still wrong. And I guess if you're just using that at home for your own reference, it doesn't probably matter. But as soon as that recipe's out there for other people to use, I believe it becomes confusing and we should include the starter in the overall hydration. Well, listen guys, I guess you know where I sit, but I'm really interested to know what you think. But for today, that's it. Thank you very, very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Stay tuned.